What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving into the new plugin from Soundtoys called Space Blender. With that said, let's dive into it. So welcome back to the channel, guys. Chris here. So like I said, we're checking out the Space Blender today. This is basically a new reverb from Soundtoys, but it's quite a unique one. I should also mention this could potentially be another episode of But saying that, this plugin is actually only free till tomorrow. If this is coming out on the 21st, the 22nd, which is the Thursday, 22nd of May, it's no longer going to be free. I would hope that you've picked it up by this point, and apologies for the late intro to this plugin, but I've been hella busy. Obviously, there's a bit of change going on here, trying out new angles. We'll see how it goes. Everything might change. But for the time being, we're going to play through this and see what we can make out of it. What is Space Blender? Well, you can actually create a couple of sounds like this. Oh yeah. Or like this. Maybe even some like this. Quite a variety of sounds are actually achievable with this. You could call it a reverb plugin, but it works in a very mysterious way. Not too many controls going on here, so straight off the bat, I'm going to dive into what everything does and see how we can get some sounds. Now, to start us off, I've got a piano here. Nothing crazy, but at least it gives us a little bit more of a feeling of what's actually going on with the sound here. That's just a dry sound, nothing crazy. Let's pump up the mix. This is what it sounds like. It's pretty nice, sounds like a nice reverb, but there's a couple special features in this that make it a little bit more unique. Starting off with the main one, you can see if I grab this, I can actually change pretty much the envelope of what the reverb is doing. So say I have it start from the beginning. You can hear the reverb start and tail off in a very natural way. But say I move this dot to the other side. You hear that basically the reverb starts out small and then gets louder towards the end, almost like a reverse reverb or a non-linear reverb. It's this kind of thing. What's special about this is we can actually pick any position we'd like that, wave to start. It can be in the middle. So now I've got something closer to a swell type of reverb, and obviously anywhere in between. And as well, if I bring this to the top, it's working more as your standard reverb. With that in mind, that's the majority of the craziness that comes from this plugin. If we look at time is basically just how quickly it's going to play through that, waveform that we've got. If you have it longer, it's just going to play through. And bear in mind, this gets pretty long, to about 60,000 milliseconds. So you'll be waiting for a little bit. And actually, this goes to talk about my second point, which is in the beginning of that really long reverb, you could actually hear some of these as delays, almost as the spikes that you can see here. And that's pretty much what the texture is doing. So how it's set up here with the texture on 0, you can pretty much hear all the delay taps. You can hear them individually, whereas if I pull this texture up, they start to blur, all right? You can hear it blurring. I haven't touched anything. But if I had to play a note now, it's just coming out as a drone, basically. Sounds really lovely. I'm going to pull this time back. And so that leaves us with our last couple of options, which is mod and freeze. So mod is basically like a chorus. That's what it sounds like without, and then with. A little bit more sparkly, a little bit more stuff going on. And to work alongside that, we have our color, which is basically like a master tone control. All the way to the left, it's going to be really dark. All the way to the right, it's going to be really bright. And in the middle, it's going to be normal, like nothing's changed. So that allows us to get some really interesting characters. Say I've got this all the way on the dark side. So nice. And then all the way on the bright side. insanely bright. And there's actually a warning in the manual that says if you're putting anything too bright to it, just be careful because it gets really bright. So just something to be aware of. And then lastly, we have the freeze. This is very fun. It's just freezing, it's just playing. If I pull the mix back, I can play on top of it. Can also change the mod and the texture as we're listening back, even the color. Oof. Sounds so nice. So we've basically gone through all the controls of this plugin. Very cool plugin. It's good to mention there is also a bunch of presets. As we know from Soundtoys, we always get a good amount of presets going. And then lastly, for our sync, you know, this will actually sync the time to beats as opposed to just milliseconds. And then warp will give you little pitch effects as you change the speed. That kind of thing. Whereas without it, not the same. So warp gives you a little bit of that kind of effect. So now that we've worked through all of what's going on here, let's just hear through a bunch of things and see what sounds we can make out of it. Woo! Ooh. Oh yeah. Not too sure why I went back to the piano sound, because I was looking for a little flavor from Labs, because obviously you have all of these sounds available. But that felt piano sounds so good. As soon as I put the space blender on it, whew, took me to space. That's dry. Let's get some wetness. Let's try some guitar. Okay. How is it that Soundtoys just don't miss? Every plugin they put out is always really good. What I've noticed after using this, especially playing with the guitar, is that this plugin actually really reminds me of the Strymon Big Sky pedal, also in plugin form now thinking about it, but the pedal particular I have on myself, and there's been some reverb sounds, some, you know, algorithms that I've never quite been able to understand, and now looking at it like this, it kind of makes sense, because there's like a module on the Strymon called Magneto, which is like this very delay tapped style sound, which fair enough, you're not getting the same result on this, but you're getting a taste of that. And even just playing it how it was now with the texture on 0, you know, a little bit of mod, you're kind of getting this very cool delay that's so dense, it's closer to a reverb, but with all of that kind of delayness in there. But anyway, geeking aside, I do think this plugin sounds insane. I would really stress, if you're seeing this on the day it comes out, that you get it for free. If you're seeing this and it's already come out, I'm sorry, there's still the link in the description if you want to go check it out, because it is a wicked plugin. And also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Have you picked up the plugin yourself? Because if you haven't,
what are you doing?
If you have, what do you guys think of it? I'm really enjoying it. I know it's going to make a great addition to my already existing Soundtoys plugins. Shout out to Soundtoys, they never miss. And, you know, I will probably continue using their plugins until I die. Saying that, once again, I've been Chris Vella, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.